Key light is great for pulling our initial key, but we can further refine the edges of our matte and remove the last traces of our green screen through the use of a few extra effects. So previously we had our foreground layer here set with the key light effect, and if we dial down here and look under effects, we'll see that under view we're using final result. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're using full resolution here, and as we zoom in, we can see some of the artifacting and unwanted side effects that the final result view brings us. We're getting a bit of noise here in some of the darker areas, and we're also getting this dark halo around our talent. Let's look over here. You'll see it noticeably here for her arm and down in here. If we toggle this final result back to intermediate result, we'll see that we've lost some of the grain, but we've introduced back the color casting that was the green screen bouncing light back onto the actors, and we're, of course, getting that green halo around them. Let's see if we can fix that. Let's go ahead and revert this back to final result, and we'll rename this layer Key Light. I'm going to duplicate this layer and rename it Key Light plus Effects. Let's go ahead and turn off layer 2 and see what we can do to tackle these other issues. So with layer 1 selected, let's go ahead and revert this view back to intermediate result, and let's tackle the edges around here first of all. After Effects comes with a great effect called, under Effect Matte, we're looking for Refine Hard Matte. And this is getting added after our key light. So let's go ahead and twirl up our key light. And what I like to do is just take our Refine Hard Matte and zero everything out. Turn off all this motion blur, this decontaminate edge color. And now we're in effect negating this effect's effect. Let's go ahead and bump up our feather to something like 2. And let's start to increase the contrast. And you can see just by bumping up the feather, we're already taking down some of the aliasing that key light is leaving us. So bump that up to 2, just to feather that out a little bit. And now all we can do is just to bring back some contrast somewhere in here. And if we turn on this decontaminate edge color, you'll notice that we start to eat away that green edge. Let's go ahead and scrub through another portion where her hands are up. So in here somewhere. Let's go ahead and turn this off and toggle and see her hair. You can see Refine Hard Matte is taking a lot of that green edge off. So if we dial this in and feather it a little bit, we can start to really refine how these edges are being treated. So let's zoom back out and let's address the green color cast. Of course, when we turn this off and we see the green screen as it was shot, all this light is bouncing up onto the actor and creating this spill light. Let's turn them back on all our effects and then go back under Effect, and under Keying, we can find the Advanced Spill Suppressor. And just by the default 100%, we're already removing a lot of that spill. So let's toggle that again. There's some green spill for you, and we've taken it out. All right, so let's go ahead and view the difference between this first layer and the second layer. So let's make a screenshot. Let's go ahead and turn off layer 1, enable layer 2, and you can hit the Show Snapshot button to toggle back and forth. And you can see here with the edges, we're getting a lot cleaner edges here with our version of layer 1 than compared with Keylight's version of the final result. Let's go over here to this edge and see how that affects everything. That's looking a lot cleaner. Not so much noise, and everything plays out pretty well. Let's go ahead and turn on layer 1. And if we scale this down to maybe 70% and nudge them over, we can get the beginnings of our crowd replication in this beginning composition. We have a little bit of chatter here with the shadow, but we can easily mask that out, and by the time we add in more foreground layers, that might not be an issue. But overall, the end effect of using Key Light plus Refine Hard Matte and Advanced Spill Suppressor generally will get you better results out of the box than with just the Key Light alone.